So I said to Frank Dux, I still train. I still have my school. Anytime, anywhere.
Hey guys, welcome to Frank Dux Officially Challenged. In this video, my guests are Sifu Alan Goldberg and kickboxing legend Don the Dragon Wilson. Make sure to check out our previous video titled Destroy or Defend Frank Dux. Knowing that video, I said Alan Goldberg is not exactly the biggest fan of Frank Dux, and I wasn't kidding. Things had gotten personal between them over the years, unfortunately, and this is kind of where we're at today. So ideally, someday they can make peace, and I don't know if they'll ever be friends, but hopefully they could at least become neutral towards one another. But anyway, in this video, here's another interesting thing. Don the Dragon Wilson may be stepping back in the ring, and that could be huge. So he's going to talk more about some potential opponents, maybe one of them even Frank Dux, but there's a specific reason why, and it goes all the way back to the 90s. So anyway, if you like this kind of content, please help support the channel by hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing the video, and make sure you get your black belt fragrances. I'll get you a discount on cologne or perfume. All information linked in the description below. And with that said, let's get on to this possible pay-per-view event of 2022 video discussion.
I'm not too old because I may have one more fight, guys. But they're throwing names at me, and I'm getting offers because Tyson and Holyfield and all these guys, old guys now, can actually generate a
there's interest in it. I would love to see you back in the ring. The
guy's been in my gym. What is his name? Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in my gym. Mickey Rourke and I are friends for many years, and I know he's a boxer, and his name's come up. Jean-Claude Van Damme was made an offer, solid offer for an upfront fee 2 years ago. We were going to fight in Russia, and he turned it down. But now he sent somebody to me that gave me his number, and I gave it to the boxing promoter who was going to promote the event with me and Van Damme fighting for real. And he said it's doable, his guarantee. So yeah. But
I'm your corner man.
We've been waiting since the 90s, man.
Huh?
We've been waiting for that fight since the 90s.
I'm not going to pass up the opportunity to make this pay-per-view money.
I'm with you, man.
Anyway, but hey, listen, if I fight Frank Dux, I think we can make money.
Wow. Oh yes.
I'll
support that.
Well, let's do this because Dux and Van Damme, I don't know if they're friends, but they're obviously associated with Bloodsport. But let's do this.
They sued each other.
We'll go Van Damme and Don Wilson as the main event. On the undercard, we'll have Alan Goldberg and Frank Dux.
I'm there.
Sold. Let's do it.
Guys,
I'd like to use a baseball bat if possible. No,
we got a clean martial art technique.
I'm from Brooklyn. We use baseball bats a lot.
In the entertainment of today, anything is possible. And it's not that I'm the greatest kickboxer, and it's not that anymore. It's just a carnival show.
I mean, you kind of were, though, in a way, Don.
One thing, Dave, I know, again, we're friendly lately, okay? And Don has gone and had other guys attack me lately, calling me a fraud and a fake, and I'm not a martial artist. Many people think that because I'm a promoter first, okay? I don't give a crap. I got a school for almost 40 years.
Yeah.
Okay? Don has even been at my seminars, okay? And he didn't know I was a real martial artist until he came to my seminars. So I said to Frank Dux, I still train. I still have my school. Anytime, anywhere.
Wow.
That's simple.
Alan, I you know what? I've been an athlete my whole life. I doubt Frank Dux can do 50 push-ups. Maybe he can't do 50 sit-ups. That's probably true too.
He can pull the plate to his mouth.
He's never fought anybody. He's never fought anybody except, quote, secret people. And every fighter
what about Frazier? Zane Frazier.
Every fighter knows you don't get any respect by saying my record is 300-0. Because I can walk into any mall in America and pick out 30 guys and knock them right out. It's only impressive the guys you've beaten. That's what impresses other fighters. Right. If you say, in my prime, I fought Marvin Hagler, Hearns, and Leonard and Duran. I beat them all. That sounds pretty impressive to me, doesn't it?
Right. Exactly.
And you say, oh, in my prime, in my boxing gym, 30 guys came in over the course of a couple of years, and I knocked all 30 guys out. Well, who were they? What were their records? What were their background? No, Frank has it's kind of diabolical, I think is the term.
Yeah.
A way of it's all secret. Now, you know what I heard? Because he made he makes mistakes. When you lie, what is it?
Yes.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we practice.
I got 2 lists of his mistakes.
Okay. Well, he said he's got the videos of all his fights and he shows them to his students when they get tested.
Mhm.
So now he's got pressured into showing the video. Somebody broke into his school and stole them all. They've been stolen.
Yeah, that's
now.
convenient.
So you and I can't say Frank settled it for all. You say you have 300 fights on video. Show us 10 of them. These fights.
Here's an interesting point real quick, guys. So in that Black Belt Magazine article from the 80s, he had said that these fights were filmed with like 16 different cameras, some of them high-speed films, so they could kind of see how fast he was hitting. That is a lot of footage. Right. Now, the only footage that supposedly surfaced years ago on YouTube was a guy they ended up saying was French. Now, with that said,
but that was a point fight, though. They were point fighting.
But what?
That's a tournament.
Real quick, though, Alan, you help run USADojo.com, right?
Oh, she's a very dear friend of mine.
Well, you know the person that runs that?
I'm a confidant.
Now, how did they get the information? Because I got my source from that site saying that the guy had asked Frank Dux to take the video down and said it was him. Like, how can we verify that somewhere?
He has a letter from the guy.
He actually has the letter.
A thing right off of Facebook.
Oh.
Threatening Frank
Dux. You mean that letter's posted on Facebook somewhere?
Yeah. Well, she has it. I don't know.
But still, I'm not saying Frank Dux didn't compete in a tournament. He might have competed in a tournament. There's a lot of
as a green belt. As a green belt. Now, something also, Don, didn't he originally do a podcast about 2 months ago that he said he called you out?
Oh, yeah. He said he offered me a fight and I turned it down or something.
Yeah, which is
give
bullshit.
Me a break. Oh,
pure bullshit.
He said that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
You know what? We got to find that video.
When Bloodsport came out, Don the Dragon Wilson came out with his movie, which was an imitation of Bloodsport. I don't even know what the name of it is, and he issues in the Variety magazine a public challenge to Jean-Claude Van Damme, calling Jean-Claude a phony, that he's not a kickboxing champion, and I don't think Jean-Claude was a professional kickboxing champion between you and me, but he was a champion. He did fight. I want to make that clear to people. So Don issued this challenge to Jean-Claude, knowing Jean-Claude could not accept the challenge. He's under contract for a movie that's just released. He's got to go on tour. How is he going to fight him? Okay? But to the public, they didn't know that. So I stepped forward for Jean-Claude to spare him and say, hey, Don, you're a professional fighter. I'm a professional fighter. Why don't we just fight? Not a word. I answered that call. Okay? Not a word.
You get punched in the face by Zane Frazier, and it wasn't behind his back. It was face to face.
I don't know the whole story, but Zane Frazier was a point fighter, and he was I think he might have had a couple of kickboxing matches, but he's a legitimate black belt. And
I think the story is he got sucker punched. So no,
they were face to face arguing for 10 minutes.
But no, he said he had brass knuckles.
Bullshit.
And hit him. Yeah.
I have 3 guys that wrote statements that they were standing right there. And one of my friends had just passed away. That did the thing in the movie career. I forgot his name off the top of my head. But let me tell you something. Look, I am a fighter. I am a real fighter. I fought for 28 years under any set of rules they wanted. If they had grappling, I would have done that because I was a wrestler in college. Right.
Let me tell you something. If Frank had any fighting spirit whatsoever, I mean the minuscule amount, he would think right after that Zane Frazier event, if it happened the way he said, man, somebody needs to promote this fight because the whole planet will watch this.
That's right.
And even now, I'm thinking about, should I fight Roy Jones? Because Roy Jones and I were going to fight many times in the 90s. We talked about fighting each other on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And now it would be, we could probably do it and people would pay to see it.
I'd pay to see that.
But fighters think of opponents and promotions and stuff. Frank, in his whole career,
runs away from it.
That's a Bloodsport. Can you imagine right after Bloodsport comes out, a real Frank Dux is going to do a quote exhibition match?
I would say one thing, Don, about the Zane Frazier thing. I get your logic. Like, of course, like, let's say hypothetically he did get sucker punched, whatever, he's down. As a fighter, yes, set that fight up. But I think
easily.
I think playing devil's advocate here, it really messed him up where he was in the hospital. He had like a brain tumor. So I don't know if he physically
they don't
You
know
don't get a
about
brain
that.
tumor
Right.
from a
They don't
punch
know
to the
that.
head, or I'd have a million tumors in my head.
He
You got a
did
brain
that.
tumor for the
He
punch.
did that to make a lawsuit, and they threw it out of court because the judge knew Frank was full of crap.